Hello guys, welcome to another trade breakdown video. In this video I'll be breaking down the trade that I've taken on Wednesday 29th of January 2025 when I was back testing. So my weekly bias going on to the week was bullish, so anything that's aligning with the weekly bias being bullish will be a high probability trade. Wink wink. But we adapt to the markets, as you guys know by now. And Monday was a bullish candle. Tuesday my bias was not clear, and after how this Tuesday candle closed on Wednesday, I would look for self, anticipating that the price is now rejecting from the daily demand zone, daily supply zone, sorry, to fill up this fair value gap to the downside, which was here, right? So I would anticipate probably to fill up this fair value gap after how this candle closed. This candle was a very bearish candle compared to the last one. And if I go to DXY was also looking like it was a bullish candle entering the daily supply zone after the doji. So let me quickly show you the news. And on Wednesday there was BOE government belly speaks. It was basically no news on Wednesday because that news, BOE government belly speaks, was at New York session, and on New York session I didn't took a trade, so basically there was a no news day for us. So on the 4 hourly, after that my bias on the daily got clear that I'm looking for sales. That is when I go to 4 hour to look for some market structure shifts. So there was a beautiful change of character here, and yeah, this supply zone here on the H4 was valid because of how this candle closed. And this H4 supply zone was valid. Waited for the H1, waited for the Asian range to close, obviously. And after the Asian range closed, I was looking for sales. And according to how this Asian range closed, the Asian range literally went up, swept liquidity from New York, swept liquidity from London. So the price has now swept enough liquidity. So I marked this supply zone, which was made on Asian session. As we know, the order blocks that are made in New York and London are higher probability and are very high chance of making a bigger move. But obviously this Asian range, the supply zone, was also valid because so much of liquidity got swept during the intervention of that order block. And also I was looking for a trade from this supply zone, and at last from this supply zone. But also on this day it didn't make sense for the price to go all the way up here and then to come up again. So that is why if I was looking for sales, my bias was clear and it was in my time window. The main thing was it was in my time window, so the trade was also clean, the supply zone. So the higher time frame bias was bearish. Point of interest mitigation, there was inducement before our move. I'll show you. As you can see, the price went up, made a higher high, accumulated, manipulated to the upside, and then gave us a distribution. So this is when most probably most people will enter. Even me, I would enter my first position here. To be honest, I wouldn't trade this position right here because my time window is not hit yet. So my time window literally hit here, and after my time window hit London session, what did our time window did? The time window went up, swept liquidity from all the early sellers right here, and then gave us a change of character to the downside. And that is when I entered at the OTE or equilibrium level. Exactly how I did it and why I did it here. It was a MAC model. As you can see, it played out to the T. If you are following your plan, if you are following your rules, if you are trading only with the bias in the very good zones, and you are following your time window, bro, you are going to be profitable. There's no way you are not going to. And this trade I've also journaled. If you wanna have a look in this journal, as you can see, journaling is very important because if you don't journal, you will not know where you are making the mistakes and how will you improve them. So basically this was a winning trade for us on Wednesday. As you can see, London session literally went to the downside, New York session went up, so this was a winning trade for us. And yeah, so this is the breakdown. Hope you guys get something from this video. See you on the next one.